Them is happening at the 480 bridge. Let's start here locally. Live picture out of Valley View here. We've got something flapping in front of the camera, excuse us, but you can see major piles of mulch there now that the daylight is up. There is a landscaping company located down there underneath the Valley View Bridge, and one of those piles of mulch caught fire at about 4:30 this morning, and it was a massive blaze. We've got video from earlier this morning when the blaze was very visible and sending smoke up and over the bridge. This was again early this morning. Fire started at about 4:30. Now the issue here is where this camera is positioned is on the south side of the bridge. You can see the wind is blowing that smoke and fire toward the north. If you are anywhere near downtown, anywhere between Valley View and downtown, you have surely smelled it's almost like takes us back to the Canada wildfires and the amount of smoke that's in downtown. Now, our office obviously located in downtown, we can smell it inside our office. So many of you arriving to work this morning saying, what is going on? What am I smelling? It is, in fact, this mulch fire. Again, here is a live picture out of Valley View. Still an immense amount of smoke coming off of those piles. But that's going to happen when you have a burnable material like mulch. And again, you can see, if you look closer, you can see just above the word breaking news there on the left side, that's an excavator. That is a very big piece of equipment, and it is dwarfed by the size of the pile of mulch next to it, that big, what looks like a dirt pile, that brown pile. And so to have one of those go up in flames is a major issue. There have been no closures on the 480 bridge at any point today. The good news, this fire is a slight distance away from any of the beams that hold up the support. There has not been any issue with that. You can.
There you go. Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, ahchyam, 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 Rakakudash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well.
One here locally, one.
Noah's in his gospel, brother, from the standard of Yahweh, ahchyam, Yahweh, wherever it may be. This is another
issue here is
prophecies of the scriptures. Okay, that the evil times will end, perilous times. Allegedly, this happened a few hours before the bridge collapsed in Baltimore, but I'm reading the comments and people were stating that it happened after. But regardless, it's something very fishy going on here. And, as we spoke, the men of the Lord, we've been telling you that this system is going to come crashing down. And one major sign of a system or society going down is the infrastructure, the roads, the bridges. Okay, as you look up the 10 shocking parallels of the Roman Empire before it fell, the collapse. America is going out the same way with the bridges collapsing, the infrastructure, the attacks, by their own government. Because you had what they call false flag attacks too during the time of the Roman Empire. When they set up breaded circuses and then they would pay people to go and attack particular games and arenas and stuff like that and blame it on other people. This has been nothing new, Same thing when Nero pretty much burned down Rome and he blamed it on us. So right now Rome is burning, okay? America's falling and it's falling fast. And the narratives that they're pushing is that we're under some type of T threat is just one of the many narratives that Esau was going to use to spin this thing. Because I find, and I don't believe in coincidences, you know what I'm saying? These things are deliberately done. But ain't no way in hell that this fire is burning under this bridge before or after the Baltimore bridge fell, okay? Which we know that the elites are attacking their own infrastructures. Now, this is what they call the Valley View Bridge. I believe it's in Cleveland. Okay, now, they claimed that the fire was way off, like it was a mulch fire. But, things are not, it's not really that straightforward, because honestly speaking, this heat, this can loosen or weaken those beams within those concrete barriers in the bridge, man. And it can cause a lot heat does a lot of damage, man. You know, you put heat to something long enough, then it'll crumble over time. So just because this fire is not directly under the bridge per se, which we're not even getting a clear shot of where the fire is really at outside of this picture, that fire can literally be under the bridge and it could be weakening those beams, man. You know, like people pointed out yesterday that when Baltimore Bridge fell yesterday, they was like they saw like explosives going off. But I mean, you know, you gotta understand that you have electric wiring, you have bridge, you have light, you got steel. You know, when those things have like an effect or a rubble effect, then you can see sparks from steel. It's not uncommon, but you know, with Esau, you just never know, man. You know, those crews that was on the bridge, they could have been demolition crews. We don't know, you know. But long story short, America's attacking their own infrastructure. Okay. And I believe the FBI, they know exactly what's going on because ain't no way in hell they're making these outrageous claims as such, but yet they're not doing anything about it. Well, we have intel that, you know, T's are going to attack this and they're here in America and things are going to start happening. Okay, if y'all know all that, then won't y'all stop them? Y'all got that much intel. Y'all know who's doing it. Why ain't you stopping them? Okay, because in fact, their government is the ones that's behind it. Okay, ain't no goddamn Venezuelans coming over here or any Iranian nationals or Chinese nationals. And if the Chinese and Iranian nationals are doing this, then you better believe that Esau is giving them the keys to do so. Okay, same thing with the ISIS or ISIL. The whole thing in Moscow, they find out who was behind the Moscow attacks, which the ISIS or ISIS is pretty much Israeli military, Israeli intelligence services. You know, and they found out that I believe the guy that had an ordeal with the Moscow attacks, with the fires and the bombings, I believe he was a small hat from what they've claimed. And Russia already traced it back to America. They know your playbook is getting old, bro. So now Russia is really up and gearing in war towards America now, man, because they know that you had something to do with it. Okay, same thing with Nora 1 and Nora 2. When you sabotage the particular pipelines going into particular regions like Germany, you know, the Black Sea, the Caspian Sea, everybody knows that you sabotage those pipelines, man. Okay, even the Biden even mentioned, he said, oh, we'll get it done. So everybody knows what type of time you on, E, and everybody is waking up to your shit. It's just dumbass Jake is the only ones that's oblivious to what's happening because they're so fascinated with P. Diddy. You know what I'm saying? And black entertainment. Only a nigga is the only one that's just in the dark about every goddamn thing. You know, this is why, man, hey, you 2/3, man, you got to go. But reading the comments and people, they're waking up. People said our own government is attacking us. Wake up, people. Bro, the FBI came out and mentioned and said, look, these things were going to happen. But yet they didn't put a stop to it. So you think that the FBI and the other police organizations doesn't know what's happening? They know what's going on, man. Okay, they're the ones that's behind this shit. Okay, ain't no just a mystery bomber coming over here doing a damn thing. Come on, man. You know, it says set up like Baltimore Bridge. And what I'm realizing, too, same thing like they did with the train derailments last year and burning down all the chicken factories and the produce factories. They're burning bridges now because bridges and highways are one of the main sources of hubs to get food to and from the supermarkets, man. Okay, because America is covered 4,000 miles in highway, man. I mean, you got, matter of fact, I don't know the exact square footage, but we can always look it up here. Let's do this. How much highway mileage is in America? Let's see if they tell me. Wow. It says approximately 4 million miles. It says, according to the Federal Highway Administration, there are approximately 4 million miles of public roads. Okay, that's public roads. We ain't talking about private roads. Okay, you could add another 3-4 million to that because they got roads on the ground too. But it says approximately 4 million miles of public roads in the United States as of 2022. It says of these, approximately 164,000 miles are part of the national highway system, which includes the country's major highways and interstates, which includes bridges. Okay, so bingo. So once you're blowing bridges and, you know, because a lot of times bridges interconnect states. Like if you're going from Missouri to Illinois, the Missouri River Bridge crossing over to Illinois, you got to go over a body of water. So if they blew that, then there's no way that you can really. And I mean, there's other ways around the state. You know, you could go around in different routes because you got several ways to getting into different states. Like, and to get to Illinois from Missouri, you got 2-3 different ways, man. You know, you can go north, then you can go what is it north, then you can go east, or you can go completely east and northeast through St. Louis. You know, which me personally, I travel the back way because it takes like 40 minutes off the road, off the trip. But regardless of that, man, these things are very, very plausible, man. Okay. But let's say if they start blowing bridges, then that's going to disrupt the global supply systems, meaning food is not going to reach the market in time. You're going to have supply and demand at an all-time high. Then things are going to become hyperinflated. So what they're doing, they're breaking down their supply systems so things can go up, so they can be justified on collapsing the economy, man. Okay, like the banks and shit, the banks are failing, so they need to justify a collapse, and this is what's doing it. So more bridges. If you see more bridges fall and collapse over time, then we know what's up with that. Same thing with the train derailments last year. And ain't nobody doing nothing about it. And it says if you look at Operation Northwood, it is a government doc telling us how they would do. It says we've been under attack by our own government. Trains last year, bridges this year, $1 billion bunkers on the ground, weather modification, chemtrails. See, Jen kind of understands what's going on, Look at AI photo. But see, Jen is kind of hip to it. And even if they what's going on, these people still ain't going up in arms. They're still not staging it. They're still not doing an insurrection against the government because they believe that somehow, some way, this is gonna miraculously cure itself. Eventually these elites is gonna say, you know what, let's help our people out. Let's stop doing this. Let's bring back jobs. Let's bring back economy. Let's bring back the businesses from overseas. And maybe, we can get things down. These people really believe that. So they're hoping and crossing their fingers that these elites will stop, but they're not going to stop, man. Okay, things are going to progressively get worse. This is why I tell brothers, man, hey, you got time, your family, say your final goodbyes, man, because, it ain't looking too good by the end of this year. You know what I'm saying? Into next year, like the brothers and myself, we got a plan to go to Chicago, hopefully around May or June, sooner than later, because me personally, I think travel was going to be it's going to be a little different this summer, but time will tell. But definitely around election time, things are going to be pretty much sold up if everything goes according to plan, because allegedly the elites are behind schedule. But it says, wait till the dams are attacked. Hoover Dam would take out states. Chemtrails of jet fuel, aluminum, fiberglasses, and plastics. Yep, definitely closing our escape door. Government taking out the bridges. How did mulch catch on fire at 4:30 a.m.? Right, these are questions. Yep, he said it was chilly and wet today in Cleveland. Definitely not dry or hot. Says I work on the other side of the bridge, and we watched it smoke all day. Glad I don't drive over that bridge. Yep. Okay, 2 bridges in the same state have damage. No coincidence. No, this was not. Yeah, that's not the same state. It says, yep, and they wanted to do away with everything written in the Bible, including the Bible and all USA. Yep. And this is why they putting this Diddy shit in front of you, because they want you to be distracted by that madness, man, which I'm going to go into that next too, man. Okay, Diddy is just right. But anyway, this is the book of Ephesians 5, and I'm going to start at verses 15, and it reads, it says, see then ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil, okay? We have to redeem the times. We have to understand what times we in, brothers. Okay, this is not the time for surfing and playing games and being out of the loop, man. Stay locked in, stay focused. Know what's going on, Know what's going on in your local cities and states, man, and we have to get better about knowing what's going on in Kansas City, because most of my camp, we're not from here, so we can really give a shit about this city. But we live here, so, we have to understand what's going on in this city here, because technically we should know. Anything that comes out of Kansas City first, we should be the first ones to report on it, because we're here. We're the prophets over this city, and this is just what it is. And it says, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is, right? And the will of the Lord is to take this place out, okay? Prophesied against it. It says, and be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, because there's a lot of ways to get doped up off wine and surfeiting and playing and partying and BSing, like these other groups. They don't fear the Lord, man. Passover has become a thing of mirth, folly, entertainment, nothing solemn about it. But it reads, it says, and be not drunk with wine wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit, speaking to yourselves in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing and making melody in your heart to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, giving thanks always for all things unto Yahweh and the Father in the name of our Lord Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, man, okay? So that's the spirit we supposed to be in, not playing games, man, okay? Because like I said, this man is doing something sinister, and he's not going to stop. Okay, Revelation 12:12 is literally being fulfilled now. Okay, and it's a process of being fulfilled because he's coming down with great wrath. Okay, sooner than later, your supermarkets. Hey, they talking about last week the DMVs went offline, man. Pharmacies have been going offline. Government sites have been hacked. All these things. All right, Revelation 13:11. It says, and that knowing the time that it is now high time to wake up out of sleep. It says, for now is our salvation nearer than what we believe, right, man? We're literally seconds of getting delivered. Okay, the hour of temptation, the persecution, the chip, the missiles, the deliverance, the kingdom, then eternity. That's what we looking forward to. None of this. This place is, man, please. This place is through. It says here, the night is far spent and the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light. That's right, man. Knowing what's happening, the spirit, walking in the spirit, understanding the days, the times. Let us walk honestly as in a day and not rioting in drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife or envy, but put ye on the Lord Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, and make not provisions for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof, man. So we got to walk in the spirit more, and stay in the spirit. Stay yoked up in this thing, brothers, because like I said, man, shit is fixing to get real. All right. Go to Ecclesiastes 3, and I'm going to start at verses 1. It says, to everything there's a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. And it says a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up which is planted, and everything that's being planted is being plucked up, because out of the 400 plus years we spent building this hellhole up, now they're just destroying it, they're uprooting it. Okay, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to break down, and a time to build up. And this place is being broken down. Okay, like the scripture say, there's a time of war and there's a time of peace. We are in a time of war. You see, this is the time of war when Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is bringing all these calamities on the planet Earth. Habakkuk 2, and let's start at verses 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and it will not tarry. All right. So I might have several other precepts, but I like to, save the precepts for other lessons too. Or just make one big lesson. But I think the point is being made on this. But we definitely know that Esau, Edom, is really behind everything that we're seeing happening. Okay. Matter of fact, one more, Psalm 64 and 64, and let's start at verses let's start at 6. It says, matter of fact, let's start at 5. It says, they encourage themselves in the evil matter, they commune of laying snares privately, they say, who shall see them? Right? Because you don't see who's doing it. You see it, but you don't see it. Like that whole barge that ran into the bridge, he ran right into the pillar, into the beams, and knocked it right over. It says, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. Okay, their mindset, they got think tanks, man. They put these in their books, how they're gonna destabilize everything in order to bring up a new world order. So what we're seeing now is the buildup of the new world order, soon to be global and digital. Okay, but Yahweh should shoot at them with an arrow, and suddenly they should be wounded. So should they make their tongue fall upon themselves, and all that see them should flee away, man. Okay, so with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Lord, will you edify into the next lesson. Shalom.